right? So where we had stopped in the previous class was this one. We have seen the implementation of how can we apply interfaces with the help of stack example. We have studied with the help of stack example. Now, how let us see about some variables in the interfaces. So like how a class can have data members or variables. Interfaces can also have some variables, but there are some special features of the variables present in interfaces. That is, the variables are constant. We cannot change the values of the variables which are present in the interfaces. That means it is like how we use hash defined constant, how we use const qualifier for defining constants in C. Same way, whatever variables you declare in interfaces, they will be constant. That means whichever class is going to implement that interface, that class is not having freedom to change the value of the variable. It must use the variable as it is. It must use the variable as it is. So this is one simple example. Ask me dot Java. So here it is a simple Java program which is containing interface. So what is interface? Name of the interface here is shared constants. And as you can see, it is having, we are defining some constants here. One with the value no, yes, maybe, later, soon, never. And we are giving some predefined values for them. That means whenever in the program, if you refer to no, it is like you are telling 0. If you refer yes, it's like telling to 1. So we are defining some constants in the interface. So here interface is not having any of the methods, only it is having some constants. So then next we have a class called question, which is implementing this shared constant. So the shared constant is the interface that is being implemented by the question class. And one more class is also there, shared class ask me. Ask me is also implementing shared constants. So ask me class and question class. These are the two classes which are implementing the interface shared constants. Right? So what happens in this particular shared question class here is whenever totally we are just calling a random function to get one random number, and what this ask function does here is it will simply based on the value of the random number, it is returning any of the above constant values. This is simple if else statement. So what happens in this statement here is I'll be explaining the definition of the ask function. Here we will get rex random number. So what it does here is on this whatever random number we have got, get the next double digit for that. That is round it off. Then multiply it by 100. So totally in this statement we will get some random number and that will be stored in a variable called PROB. So we have got some random number. So the number may not be same for every execution. We will be getting different numbers for every execution. So that the value present in the PUR probability PROB variable is being compared with these different values 30, either it is less than 30, 60, 75, 98, and so on. Simple if else statement. Based on that, some value is being returned. That is, if it is less than 30, return no. If it is less than 60, then return yes, and so on. So it is a simple if else statement, execution of simple if else statements. Then again, the ask me is also implementing shared constant. So what it does here is simply a switch statement is being executed for the result. Switch statement is being executed for the result. So based on that, whatever value is present in the result, because this we are passing, this answer method is called from the main function here. It is called from the main function. So what it does here is whatever value, whichever case is matching, that statement is executed. That's it. So S, if it is maybe, if it is later, so never. So based on the case which is matching, that particular case statement will be executed. Now from the main, what we are trying to do here is ultimately, from the main, we are creating new object of the question class of this particular question class. Now we are calling the answer method by passing this constant, whichever comes, because what question class is giving, it is simply returning the values. Based on the random number generated, it is returning values. That is value of probability, whether it is No, yes, later, soon, never. It is simply returning because flow is simple C program. And the answer method is being called 4 times. That means basically random numbers are getting generated, and based on the values of those random numbers, these values will be printed. These values will be printed, right? So this is simple flow or switch flow and if else flow. So only thing what we have to know in this program here is interface constants. Whatever these constants, whatever the variables are defined in the interfaces, they are all constant. They will not be changed in the code. So I'll show the sample execution. Java C ask me dot Java ask me, right? 1 second. Right, so you can see here it has 4 times. First time the random number has given a value called never, second time no, later, and then yes. So if you can see here, I will rerun the same class once again. Now you can see different results we are getting because random function will generate the different random numbers. Any random number it will take. So based on that, we are getting different results. So I'm not changing anything in the code. Only the random number is different. So here I can show you. See here. This based on this random number generated, the output will differ. This output will differ. So what for every execution the output is different. For every execution the output is different, and every execution is making use of the same constants. Same constants. So that is what is about what variables in interfaces. We can define variables in interfaces, but they are constant. This is what I explained. Here it is given. Note that the results are different each time it is run. That I have already shown you. Based on the random number, the results will be differing. Interfaces can be extended, means inheritance. One interface can inherit the properties from other interface. That is possible. One interface can inherit properties from other interface. So in that case, what should happen here is I'll take the help of the paint. I'll take the help of the paint. Right, 1, 2, and 3. Right. So assume this is interface 1 and this is interface 2 and this is class. This is class and this is having method 1. This is having method 2. Right. So assume this IF1 is an interface, IF2 interface 1, IF2 is interface 2. Interface 1 is having one method called M1. Interface 1 is having some method called M1, and interface 2 is also having some method called M2. So as we are studying about concept called interfaces can be extended, it is possible that interface 2 can extend the properties from interface 1. That means it can inherit. It can inherit. It can inherit the properties. Right? Interface 2 is inheriting all the properties of interface 1. Interface 2 can inherit all the properties of interface 1. Now assume there is one class, which is implementing this interface 2, which is implementing. Inheritance is different, implementing is different because interfaces can be implemented by the classes. It implements. This class is implementing this interface 2, and we know that whenever a class is implementing any of the interfaces, it should define or it should provide complete definition of all the methods present in the interface. Now in this case, class is inheriting this interface 2. That means it should define what? it should define, it should provide complete definition. It should provide complete definition for M2. It should provide complete definition for M2. Why? Because this method is present in interface 2. Now, along with this, this interface 2 has inherited the method from interface 1 also. That means indirectly, this class must also implement the method present in interface 1 also. So that means along with this, it should also define, it should also define what? It should also define M1. It should also define M1 function, M1 method. See here, even though this class is implementing only interface 2, because interface 2 is having only M2. So assume if this part is not there, if this inheritance is not there, then only this statement will be sufficient. If this inheritance is not there, then only defining M2 will be sufficient. But here what is happening? This interface 2 is inheriting properties from interface 1. That means whichever class is trying to implement this interface 2, it should define all the methods. It should define all the methods present in interface 2 along with all the methods present in interface 1 also. If there is one more interface above this, if there is one more interface above this, then this class should also define that method also. So ultimately, this class should take care of all the inheritance hierarchy of the interfaces. All the inheritance hierarchy of the interfaces. So each and every method must be defined. I hope this concept will be clear. Usually, if inheritance of the interface is not there, only define all the methods present in the respective interface. Along with this, this class is also free to define its own method. Its own method. That is also possible. Its own method. One method called M3. M1 is the method present in interface 1. M2 is the method present in interface 2. Then M3 is the method defined by this class by itself. That is, M3 is the method belonging to class belonging to this class. So ultimately, what is the thing here? If inheritance is involved in the interface, then the class which is defining that interface should implement all the methods in the inheritance hierarchy. So this is what the same example, what I have explained just now. In place of M1 method, M1 it is method 1. So I'll take that example program here for explanation. IF extended Java. That is interface extended. Right. So this is interface A, which is having two methods, method 1 and method 2. And this is where is the inheritance of interfaces is involved. B is inheriting here. Interface B is inheriting properties from A. So you can assume this diagram only. This as B and this as A. This as A. So in this case, interface A is having M1 and M2. You can see here, A is having two methods, M1 and M2. And B is having its own method called M3. Now B includes both M1 and M2 and adds M3. That is method 3. So how many methods this B is having now? B is having 3 methods. I'll take specific example also. Right? A is having 2 methods. Assume this as method interface A, interface B, inheritance is involved. A is having 2 methods, method 1 and method 2. So I'll be simply writing only this much. That can be understood. M1 and M2. A is having 2 methods. Then B is having its own method. What is that? M3. B is having its own method. But along with this, it is also having 2 more methods, right? the two more methods which are derived or which are inherited from A, that is M1 and M2, and M3 its own method. Ultimately, what B is having? B is having three methods now: M1, M2, and M3. So M1, M2 are inherited from A, then M3 is its own method. So this is what the diagram for this thing. Now, my class is a class which is implementing B. My class is a class. So this is what is my class, MyCla, right? My class is a class which is implementing, which is what it is doing. It is implementing implements what my class implements which interface B. Now it is responsibility of this my class to define all the three methods: M1, M1, M2, and M3. M1, M2 are derived from A, and M3 is its own. So ultimately, this class should define all the three methods. It should define all the three methods. What is that? It should define M1, M2, and M3. It is responsibility of this particular class to define all the methods. So that is what it is happening. That is my class B, my class implements B. So definition of method one, just you can write any other code. Only one statement is written. Implement method one. Definition of method two, definition of method T. So as per the notion of extension of interfaces, that is inheritance of interfaces, all the three methods are defined by the class B. All the three methods are defined by my class, not class B. All the three methods are my class has defined all the three methods. They have defined all the three methods. Now this is simply a class which is containing main function. Create one object of this my class. Create an object of this my class. Then try to call all those methods individually. ob1 dot method one, method two, method three. So three methods will be called and you get the output. Right? So I'll just show the compilation. Java C. I have extend dot Java, right? Java interpreter. I have extend, right? So as you can see, implement method one, implement method two, and implement method three, because it is responsibility of the class of this class to define all the methods in the inheritance hierarchy. Now to show what happens if some method is not defined, that is here it is given. As an experiment, you might want to try removing the implementation of method one in my classroom. That means you can stop implementing some method. You can stop. You can comment implementation of some method from the my class and check what happens if there is some error. What happens if it is not defined? What I will do here is I'll try to show it by removing. I don't know whether it is there or not. Documents, C drive, program files, Java, JDK, bin. This I have extended, right? I have extend.java, it is there. Okay, copy, because I need permissions there, I cannot do that. I'll paste the same program I am trying to change now. What I am trying to do here is if extend one.java. If extend one.java. Right? So this I should change name of the class. If extend one.java. So I will try to comment this method one. So see carefully. I'm just trying to comment this method. That means implementation is not provided. It is responsibility of this my class to implement all the three methods. It should provide definition for method one, method two, and method three. So, but I am committing that. That means I am not going to provide implementation for that. So let us see what happens in this scenario. Failure we are checking now. What happens if you are not defining? So I have saved it. I have extend program. This I will copy it and keep it in the bin folder, right? If extend 1 has been pasted. I'll just compile the program. Java C if extend 1.java, right? Here you can see the error. So what error it is showing? You will say clearly. My class is not abstract and does not override the abstract method 1 in A, because that is mandatory. If what is mandatory, it says that if this my class is implementing this interface B, then it should provide definition of all the methods which are present in B. So how many methods it is having? It is having M1, M2 and M3. So just now I commented the definition of what? I just commented, not this one. I just commented definition if extend 1.java. So here I have commented the definition of method 1. So when you have commented the definition of method 1, it will throw the error message. So my class should cannot find symbol. It will give the error message saying that you should override the abstract method 1, which is present in A, which is present in A. It is telling. Why? Because the method 1 is derived by A. So B is containing all the 3 methods, and it is the responsibility of this class to implement, write the definition of all these 3 methods. So that is what is with the case of interface, inheritance involving interfaces. So this is what is output what we have seen. If you comment, we'll get the error message. This is what is completion of this module, like the concept of interfaces. What I wanted to cover was, it is over by today. I think I have not taken previous digits. Now we'll stop recording.